I think that the part that we need to be careful, we need to have some safety. We need to be able to remove some biases, right? We're brown. A lot of the content might not be done by us, right? So guess what? And then we're gonna be underserved. The other thing that happened this week on the AI portion, Dall-3 now actually is able to draw proper hands. So
What?
yeah, so it's like, man, I need. This is an interesting part right now with the robot taxi that we're talking about. We're moving very fast.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I told you about the show. Did you ended up finish watching the whole show for the three body problem?
Oh yeah, yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty
Yes.
good.
So there is a premise there on that show. I don't no spoilers, but basically it's just how fast humans we are able uh, to increase our technology, right? So and I think that is I want to hear your perspective. What is making us to move very fast in the last, I guess, 100 years? I
Mm.
feel that because if you notice, I mean, we were like in caves, a couple thousand years, and just the last 200 years has been just exponential. But yeah, what was your thinking?
Hmm. Yeah, that's the reason. The why. The why. I'm not sure. It could be capitalism. It could be people are driven by the money or by the success. So in doing that, how do you do that? Is like you keep improving on what you have, right? So there's all these
Hmm.
businesses that are competing against each other. So we've always said the more people that are in the business, the more competition, and who benefits is the consumer. So in a way, there's part of that, and I think there's tools. People learn to use tools to make things easier. Maybe people naturally want to make things easier on themselves, right? So I think that's also one of the things. So with AI, it's going to be taking over lots of things that we don't maybe necessarily have to do ourselves anymore, and it's going to escalate even more quickly because all you
Yeah,
need is CPU power, and it'll go.
I think that from my perspective, we put together maybe not knowing. I think that now it's easier to see it, but 100 years ago, even 50 or even 30 years ago, there was not truly a network. There was no internet, right? So there was only the telephone. So kind of the technologies that we evolved in the last few years, I think that we just put the right recipe. And it's kind of now simple to see it, in my opinion. It's like you get the power, right? No, everybody had power, and then they start just putting all of the electricity in the last 100 years. Then on top of that, just like, interesting, we can see it on and off. So we did a binary kind of code. So we understood kind of how to codification of the language in a very short amount, which, telegrams, things like that, and telephones, right? So with Morse code and all of that. So that those were kind of the steps. And then last 20, 30 years, internet. And now on top of that, it's like, oh, wow, everybody kind of contributed. And again, it seems very obvious right now, but it just happening, it play out in a very short amount of time. And we are seeing it with AI. It's like right now with the videos that we are recording, all of us, we are contributing to that network, to that base of
Mhm.
knowledge. And it's just going to be bananas to see the next steps. I think that being a technologist all my life, I think that the part that we need to be careful, I'm on the team of Ilya, like we need to have some safety. We need to be able to remove some biases, right? We're brown. It's like a lot of the content might not be done by us, right? So guess what? And then we're gonna be underserved. So I think that that's the reason why in the pod, we don't feel that we are the best podcasters ever, right? So we're
No,
learning.
Tex-Mex podcast number one. Woo!
Exactly. So thank you, subs. But I think that that's what happens. How many Hispanics podcasts you see, right? And I think that the AI will have biases, and I think that you have to label it. Similar on a lot of the pictures, right? Content that is out there, and I think that that's what I'm more concerned on some of the implications. People losing their jobs, right? the biases, and some of the protections, because this will be uh, before you needed to have a lot of people to do something, but now with AI, you might not have to hire them. So it could be their edge of companies. Companies that they know how to use AI, they'll succeed versus the other companies. So I'm more curious on the next step that is going to be more philosophical, more creative, because the machine will be able to do it faster, smarter, and way better than humans. So yes,
Hmm.
I'm very curious in the next 10 years.
Yeah, even 5 years, we don't really quite know. We've seen this huge jump from the first Chat GPT large language model came out with maybe a year and a half ago or something, to where we are now. Now we have it in our pocket, acting as a girlfriend. I mean, that's that's a big jump in just 18 months. So, what's going to happen in the next 18? That that's going to be pretty interesting. A lot of people are speculating. Yeah, we're going to have hints of sentience. We're going to have the AGI, kind of this a general intelligence that's able to do things, and then from there, a super intelligence might not be far off. So we're getting into some interesting times with AI. I think we're starting just to see some of these use cases, and there's going to be things we can't even dream up because the AI itself will dream it up. So it'll be very, very interesting coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I think that we have a good one, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We love to hear from you. If you haven't watched our viral Bitcoin all time high meme remix, check it out on our channel. We have now over 10,000 views. And then our Having remix now also has over 2,000 views. So we're doing great. Keep it up. Keep watching those. That's all we've got for today. Dale.
Dale.